up, and welcome back to Opposites Attract Podcast. This is Sonja Ramirez, your girl, and I'm sitting next to
Miguel Ramirez.
What's up, everybody? How was your day?
How was your week?
How was your life?
Going. And make sure you guys go to our website, oppositesattractpodcast.com. When you guys go to the website, you'll see all the ways that you can support the show. The best thing you can do is shop through our Amazon link. Just purchase stuff through that link, and it'll help us out. Follow the podcast, subscribe, follow the Clips channel, find a clip that you like and share it with somebody else. Let people know that the podcast is out there. Watch them, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. It all helps.
Yes. So we are about to go camping. You know what came to my mind was the Griswolds vacation.
I don't think I've ever seen that actually.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Any of the movies?
It's one of those that people
Chevy
are like,
Chase?
what? Nah.
Chevy Chase, right? Yeah. No. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Family vacation.
Right. Yeah. So we're my mom and my sister and us and our children are all going camping, and it's been a bit for my mom and my sister. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited just to be in nature and go kayaking and go hiking and just really disconnect from the noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go fishing. And yeah, I'm excited for that.
Me too. I'm excited for after getting the tent set up and just sitting down for a while.
Right. Well, as I was sharing with you earlier, that is a moment that you and Joey can create, like that memory of putting up the tents and
Yeah. Yes, it will be. That will be cool.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because you're barely talking into your mic.
I'm already zenning out. Leave me alone. No.
Freaking wake up, yo. We got a podcast to do. We're not camping yet.
The other day, I was sharing with one of my clients, she asked me about our podcast, and I told her how long we've been podcasting for. Yeah. And I don't remember what, but she had asked about the first one, like how we started. And so I was going back because she was saving us. She was following us on Spotify. And I ended up playing our very first podcast. And if you guys have not listened to all of the episodes, I would highly suggest you go back and take a listen, because there's no video, right? The first 3, I think.
Yeah, I think for sure the first 2 we didn't have video. And we started doing video like I think around the 3rd episode, the 3rd or 4th.
Okay. And we were recording in the kitchen. On
our cell phone.
But it's really cool to listen. When we first started, I think it was whose idea was it to
start a podcast?
And I was really nervous, and I had mentioned, like, I'm really nervous about this, da-da-da-da-da. I actually took a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a shot.
You were saying that we were drinking on there, right?
Yes, and it
was like for every time that you say like or you know.
It was you know. And I can't remember what your word was.
I had one too.
You had one too. And so whenever we laughed about it, but we did take a shot before we started. But what I was challenging you that every time you say that word that you would have to take a shot.
Yeah.
But forget about it, because we wouldn't have been able to finish the podcast if that was the case. God. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go back and listen to our episodes, our old, yes, because to see the growth of where we are today and who we were 5 years ago,
how it's changed.
A huge.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny to think
about. And she was laughing her butt off because she knows, like, I haven't been drinking. Like, I just, she's like, funny. You guys were taking shots. You took a shot. I'm like, yeah, but she was laughing. So I'm like, oh, we're pretty good even from the beginning.
Yeah. That's funny.
I think we're probably a bit more mellow
than we were before. Probably.
With all the shit we were into.
Yeah.
We were talking about ball gags. I mean, we're still pretty kinky.
Speaking of ball gags, I just released the ball gag, the old ball gag video.
You said that one has the most views out of.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys are following the Clips channel, which you should. I just
Nobody
recently
should do anything.
If you want to help us out,
there you
then
go.
please follow the Clips channel. But no, recently, dude, I don't know what the heck happened with my camera. Like something happened where I just had a problem that I've never had in 304 episodes of recording this and more and the fighting podcast. I've never had this issue, but there's something with the editing that just completely threw everything off. That almost made it to where like you couldn't watch the podcast because the sync of the voice and the lips was completely off, and it just throws everything off, right? But it's like, dude, we've done this for 5 years. And not once in 5 years have I missed something that was supposed to come out. You know? And I really just didn't know what to do. Like I was like, well, I'm going to just release the podcast the way it is, and it's going to look like shit. I really can't do anything about it, but I can't really make clips out of this. So what am I going to do? And then at a certain point, I just had to come to terms with, I have to release something that I've already made. So I looked for stuff on the old channel to release on the new channel. And that's what I did. I found some of the old clips, but eventually just kind of like really sitting down and thinking about it, I ended up figuring out how I could fix it. And it wasn't really going to be that bad. It's still a problem that I got to figure out, but I figured out how I could fix it pretty easily. But at the end of the day, it's like, what are you going to do? Are you just going to say, fuck it, it's over, I can't do anything about this? Or are you just going to figure out something, anything, whatever the hell you can do to still make it happen, you know?
Right.
And that's kind of what this week has been. Like fucking everything. Just nonstop. Here, go do this. What has to get done? You know?
We had a great morning.
Which is no, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. No, we had an incredible morning. You know, one thing that I've been thinking about recently is like how I look at where we are right now, right? And we've made a lot of progress in a lot of different ways, right? And we've got a lot of shit going on. Right? There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of really good, awesome things happening. We're in great shape right now, right? You got your retreat going on. I got the competition going on. We're going camping. There's all these things, right? And sometimes you look at, like, if somebody was to look at you right now, they see you right now. And they're like, oh, wow, she looks amazing. Or she's doing this thing. How many times have you jumped rope?
What do you mean from the
How
beginning?
many times have you jumped rope in the last year and a half?
A lot.
More than you can count, right?
Yes.
How many times have you gone to the gym?
I'm doing well.
Right? You know, and when I think about myself, like I see the progress that I'm making, but I always know that I leave stuff on the table because I don't train the hardest. I don't run the hardest. What did I tell you? We went for a 4-mile run this morning. What did I tell you as soon as we were done?
You could have went harder.
How did I sound?
You sounded fine. I would have been dying. At least I think I would be dying.
You know, like I do, but I set these goals, right? And I say I'm going to do 100 pull-ups 3 times a week and 100 burpees 3 times a week. That's not a lot. If you think about somebody that, like people that do pull-ups for workouts, 10 sets of 10, and I do them. I don't do them fucking 30-second break back down to the pull-ups and push-ups and all that shit. No, I take my sweet ass time. It takes me an hour to do 10 sets of 10. You know? I actually do it to music. Like I'll listen to a song and do a set. Listen to another fucking song, do a set.
You know why I'm laughing?
Listen to a song, do a set.
Yesterday you were doing your workout, and I was in the kitchen getting everything ready, and I told I wanted to listen to instrumental worship soaking music.
And oh my God, I'm fucking trying to listen to people murdering each other to get myself to do these pull-ups, and all of a sudden I got fucking Twinkle Twinkle going on. I'm like, what is this shit?
I was like, why is she not playing my stuff? And then I see you and you give me this look, and I'm like, were you connected? And you're like, yeah. I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was like, where this is what I had going on. Where is it at? This is what I'm listening to.
And this is what I try to play.
I was like, dude, who's playing this shit?
You know who's playing it?
But what I'm trying to get at though is I don't fucking kill myself. Mm-hmm. At the end of jiu-jitsu, I was like, you know what? Little by little. That's what I tell people. Because I'm not fucking killing myself. Like, I go and get my ass beat. But you know what? I see the progress happening.
Right.
Little by fucking little. I am not the best at anything. At anything. But the thing is that if you look at my calendar, the fucking consistency is just non-fucking stop.
Yeah. Yeah. I told you you're the turtle.
Thanks.
Remember?
Yeah.
We were outside.
Yeah.
Slow and steady, steady. But I don't think, dude, you were running like 8-minute miles. That's not.
No, eight something. It was
good.
it was almost 9. It was almost 9 minutes.
Well, whatever. I remember when I did it. What was mine?
I get it, babe, but it's not. I'm not running 7. I've also ran 7:30 in 4 miles. Mm-hmm. I've ran a lot faster. There's people that run way faster than me. There's people that run 6-minute miles. Yeah.
You were pretty steady, man. So this morning when Miguel went on his run, I decided to ride my bike.
But all I'm saying is that like it doesn't take being doing everything to the fucking max
extreme
every time. You don't have to fucking go to just show up and do it. Mm-hmm. And another thing that I've been thinking about more now lately too, because there is a balance to this stuff. You can't just show up, because I did that in jiu-jitsu. And I've said this to a lot of people. Like, I've shown up in jiu-jitsu and leave when the hard part starts, when you start rolling, and you don't grow. You just don't. It's not going to happen. There is no secret about it. That shit's just not going to happen. Mm-hmm. You have to put in the hard shit. So kind of like you, today I was thinking about it during my run, and I did it, there's times where I feel kind of like when I'm running maybe just a tiny bit downhill. There's a part of the run where it's just a tiny bit downhill and you can feel like you're kind of getting pulled a little bit.
Right.
My thought is always like, engage the motor. Because my legs can just kind of keep step, 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 right? Mm-hmm. But like my thought is like, engage the motor. Like, put a little push, like a little tension on that shit. Like when you're towing a car, if you have a strap, like if you're pulling it and you stop, there's like the jerking, because there's the slack in between. Mm-hmm. But if you engage the motor, it's dragging the car. And I was just kind of feeling like I should always kind of like feel like I'm pushing, even if I'm not like killing myself. Mm-hmm. Like, engage the motor, push a little bit, feel like you're doing something.
Right.
And it's not going to kill you. It's just going to make you a little bit better every fucking time.
Right. Yeah. This week at the gym, I've been feeling strong.
Yeah.
And pushing myself, like adding more weight. Normally.
And then when you do that,
like when I do my jump squats, I have the very thick band around my legs. I also do, and I barely rest in between, because I've been doing the 10-second, where you rest for 10 seconds and then do 5, rest for 10 seconds, 5. Do you remember what that's called?
I think that's kind of like a Tabata type of thing.
So that's what I've been doing. And but I go from jump squats to leg lunges to duck walks. But during my leg lunges, normally I just use the band, but I added weight to it. And yeah, I've just been feeling a lot stronger. Like I'm able to push myself to do more.
Yeah.
Now with the planks, I still feel the same.
Some things just fucking suck, dude. Yeah. They just suck.
They're just uncomfortable.
Yep.
They are uncomfortable. Like after 2 minutes, I'm just like splat. You know, and I'll push myself to do 2 minutes, 30 seconds, you know, but I'm just like 30 seconds, splat. And I should bump it up to, not I should. I may choose to bump it up to 3 minutes. Oh my God, 3 minutes. And I do 3 at 3 minutes, like 3 sets at 3 minutes.
Just do the first one and then do 2-minute ones. And then maybe do 2 3-minute ones.
Yes.
That's how I usually do it.
Like, I don't mind the weights. It's weird. I don't mind the weights, you know? Even the Navy SEAL push-ups.
The burpees?
What I've been doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even those. But the planks, man.
Planks
There's
suck.
something about planks. But you know what? Oh, my goodness. I don't work on my abs. But you can see the cut.
Yeah.
It's from the planks.
I think it's about like being stationary. I think that the fact that you're just not moving, because even I think we've talked about it before. Like even if you're rocking it back and forth, the planks back and forth, you can hang in there a lot longer than if you're just holding it in the middle.
Oh my god.
Because you're just burning up.
Yes.
Or if you're just holding it like a push-up and you're not actually doing push-ups.
Right.
That's way harder. It's just holding a push-up, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, what you're saying is huge in life. Everything in life. It's the consistency. It's the self-discipline. You know, we talk about this like, you know, self-discipline equals freedom. It really does. And that's every part of your life. That's, you know, me waking up in the morning and meditating. And I did my meditation this morning with you. We had a meditation and breath work going, you know, which was great.
Session this morning.
And we, you know, we got into that beautiful spiritual space where we were just fully connected and one, and it felt absolutely amazing. Just fireworks. It was absolutely great. So I got my meditation in this morning, but I have been focusing.
I don't know if I should.
That's what I've been doing. Like every morning, you know, just meditating and working out. You know, reading a good book. And it's the way I start my morning and the way I end my evening.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's, you know, something that I was going to post here after the tournament, because once I signed up, like one of the first things that I did was I printed out a calendar, you know, and if you look at the calendar, like that's the stuff that nobody sees. Is seeing that every single fucking box in that calendar is filled in. Everything that is at the top of the calendar that says you're supposed to do weekly is done weekly.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it's like, well, how did you do it? What's your secret? How'd you lose the weight? How'd you make your next fucking belt? How'd you get your retreat? Like, how did you, well, how do you really fucking want it or not?
Yeah, it's not easy, right? Like it's not. It's just every day, and that's the thing that, like, with the business, you know, that I don't know. It's just, and I don't want to use it as an excuse. Consistency with the calls and.
Why not? Why not? I need to.
Showing up.
That's already
because I don't need to do shit. It's a choice.
True.
It's a choice. Okay. I get to choose to.
Right.
I don't need to do shit.
I got to do nothing.
But it's you know, realizing that like every day making the calls or the follow-ups, right? And the way I work my business, a lot of it is in person. The people I meet, the people that I connect with, right? That's for me is what's been building my business is that. It's not, you know, social media marketing or.
You just got to think about it.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to really sit and think about and
it's
spend
everywhere.
your time wisely.
It's like when I go to the gym, talking to people, you know, connecting with people. getting people's contact information, sharing the retreat. Have you ever? But it comes from, an intention of really serving, not like, oh, I'm going to make you my friend because I want something from you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just being consistent with the thing that you're doing.
I think part of like figuring stuff out, the paying attention, because that's what part of being like, not that there's anything wrong with it, but if you're going to work for yourself, you have to take everything into account. Because if not, you go work for somebody else. They'll tell you exactly what you need to do, what you need to be aware of. This is what you need to be aware of. And we got policies for that. Check it out right here. Mm-hmm. This is what we do when these things happen.
Yeah.
But when you're going to do things for yourself, you just have to look at what time of day is it? What should I be doing right now? Is now the time to be, there are no policies. This is for you.
Yeah.
To like just take everything and like,
and that's the difficult
who is my market
part, right?
And it all depends and varies.
I think that
and pay attention. You got to pay attention.
A lot of individuals that start off at a job doing something that they love, and then they realize that working for someone is challenging, like for that individual, and they go and they decide to do it on their own. But they already know everything they need how to, because they were already working in that space.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Like they know
it's like
the
me being
stuff.
A paralegal. When I was a paralegal, right? I knew what to do, right? So if that's what I love to do, and I decided, oh, you know what? I'm going to do this on the side, and I'm going to grow it, and this is how I'm going to do, and I already know what to do, and it's a bit. I almost feel that is easier because you already know the how-tos.
Yeah.
In that industry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, but at the same time, if that is what you're going to do, there is still, you have to have a bigger awareness than an employee would. Mm-hmm. Just being a paralegal at a law firm. Now you're a paralegal, independent,
right?
Whatever.
Mm-hmm. And
what services are you providing? And yes, now you're marketing and you're thinking about the same things that you're thinking about right now. Mm-hmm. What type of paralegal am I? What clientele am I looking for? What age range? Where am I going to find these people? Same exact thing.
Yeah. For me, I almost feel, because I want to help everyone. Like people, how they say before they were telling us like you need to, niche down with the podcast.
Right. Yeah. They always it had to be either a marriage show or parenting show or like specifically
because
something.
It would have been easier.
But it's like we talk about, right? We're going fucking camping, like we just bought a car.
Right. So when it comes to coaching, it's like, okay, well, who's your avatar? Who are you focusing on? Women from, 30 to 50, moms, single women, what? And it's like, I want to help everybody. But it's like, no, you need to choose. Who says I need to choose?
Well, but I think a lot of times it's more like, who can you relate to the most,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, who do you feel drawn to helping the most? Mm-hmm. That's who you help.
Yeah.
Who is that? There's always a way to make money somehow. You just got to figure out how to do that. This shit's all a game. Like, who is that? Who do you want to help?
I was listening to that Eminem song. What is Eminem, right? It's
I don't know.
My new favorite song, yo.
No, that wasn't Eminem. That was NF.
Is it NF? Dude, I was thinking it was Eminem.
Remember this?
Yeah, remember this.
No, that's not. That's NF.
Oh, I was thinking it was. Anyways, and he, was talking about those people that work a job that like hate what they do.
Yeah.
And a lot of people feel stuck in that situation because that's all they know. So what advice would you give them?
What do you have besides that job? Like, what do you love besides that job?
Most people don't think about that.
Life is,
what is it that you want to do?
What the fuck? Who gives a fuck about the job?
What do you mean?
Fuck the job. Like, you got to do that, right? Because you need money.
Mm-hmm. So do it and...
But what do you love?
Find something
and then
that brings you joy.
I mean, I guess, like, it's easy to say, I guess, if you have a fucking shitty job. But I've done shitty things. And I'm down to do whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be happy no matter what. I just don't know how to explain that.
How you do that is, well, for one, I think I had talked to you about this a while back. When you're in a position that you're unhappy with, it's looking for the thing that you can be grateful for and work on a plan B.
Yeah.
Look for something that can create extra funds within, extra funds. For me, it was Legal Shield, right? Selling a legal service.
Yeah.
As I was a paralegal.
Side hustle.
That was my side hustle. Then I matched my full-time income, and that became, I ended up letting go of the job and then focusing on that. So my plan B actually.
Yeah. You can do that. I mean, but when you have something on the side, I mean, whether it's something like jiu-jitsu or maybe you're mountain biking or whatever.
Are you talking like a hobby or a plan B where they can make extra money so that they can?
I'm saying because it's tough, like if all you're focused on is your work and your work sucks, then what else do you have in life? Like, what do you do when you get out of work? Like, hopefully you have some spare time. Mm-hmm. What do you do with that spare time? Is there anything that you like to do? And if that's mountain biking or doing jiu-jitsu or whatever, then do your best at that and learn at that and grow at that and figure out what you can do to get a different job. Like, what else is out there? You don't have to stay in your job for the rest of your life just because you're doing something. Like, dude, it's crazy. Like, there's people that I've worked with. Like, I mean, just in my job, I mean, I guess you could say I've done the same thing, but I haven't. I've moved around and done a bunch of different things within my company that I work with. But I mean, there's people that literally for 30 plus years will do the same exact thing. Mm-hmm. There is nothing that says that you have to do that. Just because you signed up to do something, you're going to stay there till the end doing that same thing. Like, move around. See what else is out there. Pick up some skills. Learn something different.
Yeah.
You're not dead yet. What the fuck, you know?
Speaking of that.
Like, for real, you're not dead yet.
Miguel is listening to this audiobook from Alan Watts.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
Out of Your Mind.
Out of Your Mind.
It's on Audible. Yeah.
And today he had me listening to a section of it.
Yeah.
Where
on our run.
Is talking about the nothingness.
The nothingness of everything, right?
And was talking about death and how we fear death. And we also fear the thought of nothingness. And he was stating that we feel the need to believe in something outside of ourselves in order to feel peace. Did I sum that up?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's. But he was talking about, the fear of dying.
Yeah, and you've been listening to a lot of near-death experience stuff.
Right.
You seem drawn to that.
I am. It's very interesting. And I don't feel like I have a fear of death within me. And you and I, we talk about how I believe.
You may not.
In our spirit, like that we are eternal. Like I feel that we are that. But even if we are not that, and this is it, and poof, gone, done. Well, even when I say that, I feel at peace. There's no fear within me regarding that. It just is what it is.
When you say that, like poof, gone, done, like it's just done, right?
Yeah.
I have like this very picture-esque, like, I don't know, mind or vision or way of seeing things. But like you say that, and I think of like the nothingness, like out there, just the black abyss of space, and Earth, like just a little dot.
I can see that.
In Earth, and then you can see like all the other little planets and shit. But for the most part, it's just black, nothing. But you got these little like Earth, right? And then poof, gone. It's done.
Yeah, because that's what happens when you die. If they're right.
But kind of like Alan Watts was talking about in the book, thinking about if that thing started, right? With whatever it was, whether it was the Big Bang or whatever, it started. And then poof, gone. It's done. I have a feeling that somewhere else, I mean, if this black abyss, nothingness is so fucking big, what if it popped up somewhere else?
Yes.
Like millions of years. And what the fuck is millions of years when you don't have a sun and you don't have time?
Exactly.
This shit gets weird.
That's why they say time is an illusion and so is space.
Yeah. But it is real. It is an illusion, but it is real for us because we have gravity. We have the sun. We have days and a calendar.
Yeah, we created it.
It's all like relative, I guess. Whatever the fuck that means. Oh, God. Shit's complicated.
It's so beautiful.
Just go back to being brainwashed. It's fucking easier.
It doesn't feel complicated. It's beautiful. It's peaceful. It's joyful. It's wow. Like just love when you are just detached and you understand.
So there was something that we were talking about. You were mentioning like the nothingness, right? And I had mentioned to you, like, even like the belief in that nothingness, in nothing happens. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but like thinking about every other type of belief, or I don't even know what you would call it because it's not a belief, but it is like you're either Christian or you're not. I mean, you could pick anything. You're a house or you're not a house. But nothing, you can't be nothing or not be nothing. It just is. You can't be, like, you're either Christian or you're not Christian. You're spiritual or you're not spiritual. You're a cat or you're not a cat. But nothing, you can't be nothing.
What do you mean you can't be nothing? Why can't you be nothing?
Because you are something.
You guys, we have not been drinking.
And we're all the same. Like,
yeah.
Like, that's not something that, yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. And the something came from nothing.
And he was also talking about how it's like the yin and the yang. You can't have something without nothing. Or like the earth. If you look at the earth from space, all you would see is the black. But if it was all like noise, I guess, or like if there was all kinds of stuff behind it,
it's not just black.
No, but you would see the earth, but it would just be black behind it.
Oh, got it. Okay.
But if the background of it was also full of colors and all kinds of other stuff, you wouldn't see the earth. But what would you say is behind the earth? Nothing. But without the nothing, you wouldn't be able to see something. I think that's kind of how he explained it. This shit's getting weird. And if you guys want to get weird and listen to it for yourself, it's on Audible. Out of your mind. No, but Alan Watts has been he's been really cool. Like listening to some of his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, now we're getting ready to go camping. We're getting ready to head out in a couple hours. We still got to go and pick up the ice and pack up the last of the stuff, and we'll be gone for a few days. We're going from Friday to Monday.
Mm-hmm. But we'll be back by the time you guys listen to this.
And dude, it's been kind of like we talked about last podcast, you know, just trying to make sure that we're doing what's important and rolling with these damn punches. You know, like I was talking to you when we were getting ready for this podcast. We could have had this thing done. We could have almost been on the road probably by now. Mm-hmm. But just, it is what it is. Shit goes the way it goes. We've still, throughout all the fucking craziness, we went to the movies.
Oh, that was so fun.
Had some quality time this morning, and then went for a run together. Mm-hmm. Right? We've done stuff, and we've had more stuff, unexpected stuff that we just didn't account for, that just happened.
Yeah, that's life.
You know,
that's be water, friends.
We had to handle some stuff with Audrey. We had to handle this shit with a podcast, and then and it happened to our last podcast. See if you can find the Easter egg in the last episode. Our last podcast happened to my fighting podcast. And then I'm like, shit, we're going camping. Got to get all this stuff done before we leave. One thing after the other. Mm-hmm. Line them up. Knock them down. And it's going to be fun. I'm excited to go camping and to just like get the tent set up.
I'm excited.
Get the fire going.
Yes. I'm really excited to spend quality time with my mom and my sister.
Yeah. When's the last, what is your last memory of going camping with? Because you've gone camping with, oh
my gosh, I don't even remember. Mm-mm.
No?
No, it's been.
Did you guys go camping much as a kid?
We did some.
I think the only camping I remember is going with like a friend.
Right.
Dude. Yeah, those are important things that I think. I don't know, man. Like my whole fucking view on everything's changed. I grew up in fucking New York City. That's insane to me.
I know.
That's insane to me now. Like where are the fucking trees at? I mean, there's trees, but I have a feeling somebody put them here. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to get far out of the city, but shit, when you grow up in that, my entire, like, it's a crazy way to think. Like, my entire childhood is almost like artificial. Right? That's insane. Like growing up, there's like all the buildings are built. There's fucking trains and subways and fucking millions of people running around everywhere, bumping into each other, and they're boom. There's
not looking at each other.
There's literally a square in the ground, and boom, they put a tree right there. It's like fucking The Sims. Boom, fucking like the video game fucking tree. Here you go. You know, like and just living in the city like that. Like I would hardly leave the city. I mean, I would go to my mom's every once in a while in Long Island, and you would kind of see the outskirts. But I mean, when you live in the city, like that shit is in you. It's crazy.
Never thought about that for you.
And then now, like, we live on the outskirts of the city. I mean, I still like the city stuff, but damn, I need to be on the outside. You know, and I love New York. I love growing up there and everything, and the experience was like, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Like, it's hard to, it really is kind of, it's kind of weird because I do feel that it's important to like have nature. Like you could have had both if you were aware, but it just seems like so overpowering.
Yeah.
There's something about it that just seems so fucking overpowering about the city, you know? Do you feel anything like in Phoenix or anything like that?
Thinking back and where I was in my life at that time, I liked it. You know, because I would have to go downtown to file documents with the law firm, and I would have lunch there and just
people watching.
Yeah, like I liked it. It was great for the time being. Would I like it now? No, but I did enjoy it back then.
And it's not like you wouldn't enjoy it right now, like to go downtown.
Yeah, just to go, but not to live. Not to live at, you know, like on a high rise.
Like every day you got to drive.
No, thank you.
Go get some food and bring it back to the freaking.
No. I lived it and I loved it during that time. But I'm no longer there. I'm no longer that person.
Yeah.
But it was cool during that time.
You know, and that it just changes. It changes everybody. It just there's these things that kind of play parts in our life that you don't even really think about. You know, like I've thought about like, what if I stayed in New York and never left? Like, who would I would be a completely different person.
Right.
If I never moved to Florida, maybe never finished high school. The fuck? You know?
Everything is a choice.
And that's why, like, even with myself, like when you think about the opinions that you have, I live in Arizona. So is that why maybe I lean a little bit more to the right? Maybe I would lean more to the left if I lived in New York and never left. Would that make me a fucking asshole? Right? Because they are. Because they're not us. You know? It's like, but that would be you. But that would be you. Because you would still be there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no.
So then what is it? Just understand what it is, and it's just like, all right, we're just people.
See, but there was
human nature.
There was awareness within you since you were young. Because you knew that if you stayed in New York, that you would not make it. Like you said that the reason why was because like you were doing shitty in school.
Yeah.
You weren't doing the things that you needed, to do. And you wanted something different. And that was sitting within your being. For me, and the way I believe, that was God nudging you. And you listened to the nudge. God's been guiding you from the very beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
You're sitting here because God nudged you.
Yeah.
God nudged me and then I nudged you.
Yeah. I guess.
Every move, like when I look back at my story, it's like there were God nudges just throughout. Wow, just like throughout my life. And every time I listen to that God nudge, it really helped to, I don't know, it just created. It got us to where we are right now.
What, like listen to your intuition?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For me, that's the God nudge. It's like, you know, we wouldn't be in this house if I didn't listen to my God nudge. We wouldn't be on this side of town.
Intuition. In.
God nudge. Intuition.
Yeah.
But and for me that's how I see it. That's how I feel like that throughout my being.
Yeah. Dude, talking about also getting ready to go camping. The kids are doing amazing.
Ugh, don't make me cry. Wow.
Doing amazing in school.
Like, not only in school, but
and they're just, both of them are doing great.
Yeah. I am so proud of our little girl, our young lady. Wow. I see her, like just these deep conversations that we've been having lately. And she's a very wise young lady. And she, like just the decision that she made recently, very hard decision.
Yeah.
But she knew it would be best for her. And she fucking did it. And I'm amazed by her.
Yeah. It's crazy, like, just the difference in generations. And this is something that I was thinking about recently, too, is just, you know how we talked about the whole survival mode thing, right? Mm-hmm. How for our parents, they were in some sort of survival mode, which has kept them in a certain place or whatever from seeing certain things. And we've had, you know, we've had different experiences, which have allowed us to have, you know, different awareness of things or whatever. And with our kids, like, they're starting out from a point, like, Joey's about to be 13.
We're about to have 2 teenagers.
Yeah. But 2 kids that understand things in a different way than most adults probably, right? And their jumping off point is completely different as far as awareness of how things are.
Yeah.
And what they can be and why things are the way they are, you know? And just like understanding of the world around them. Yeah, that makes a huge difference. I mean, I just, where does it go from there? Holy shit. But at the same time, that happens combined with things getting easier, which means things are getting harder.
Yes. It was funny when
I don't know. Yeah.
When my friend had mentioned, because we were sharing stories of things that we experienced with the kids, and
yeah.
And he's like, you guys should write a book.
We should. It'd be hilarious.
Everything written down that, you know, may have caused them trauma.
Oh my God.
Because you'll save them some money.
That's where it happened.
Right.
Yep.
Well, we were really hard.
We'll help you with through that one.
Trying something new and they just couldn't get it.
Yeah.
You know, like just shit like that.
This morning when that's a great way. When we were getting ready to go for the run and I took your bike down. And when I took the bike down, I rang the little bell. And it reminded me.
Oh.
And with the bell, which is a little family video from when we used to live in our old house of me teaching Audrey how to ride her bike. And I was teaching her how to ride without training wheels. And we had told her that when you learn how to ride it without training wheels, because we got like a hand-me-down bike, or we bought one off OfferUp or something like that, or Craigslist. And we were like, look, when you can ride the bike without training wheels, we're going to take you to the store and we're going to get you a princess bike, because that's what she was all about it.
Right.
You know? So she rode the bike. We got her the princess bike. So we took her to the little spot, the little basketball court where she would do little laps on her bike. And we got a video of her, and she's just riding in circles with the tassels, and she's smiling. And I was like, you like your new princess bike, girlfriend? And she's like, and with the bell. And she's like, ding, ding. You know, she was so cute.
She still is.
You know,
she's still that beautiful little girl.
Yeah. And I told you, I don't know what kind of brought that up, but that moment, it was the trauma, like knowing where the trauma came. Uh-huh. And as beautiful of a moment as that is, and like a moment to use for teaching for the kids, right? Learning how to ride a bike, where you're scared and you don't think you can do it, and you have to keep trying, and you have to keep trying and keep trying, and you fall down and you get back on and you keep doing it until finally you're riding a bike, you know?
Right.
And dude, it's a lesson for life.
Yeah.
But that moment for me is combined with frustration, with yelling at the kids, with, come on, what are you doing? Like, you need to do this. You need to do that, you know?
Yeah.
And, yeah, it sucks. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, but we'll just help the kids through it.
Right. And what brings that up for me is their homework.
That too.
When they used to bring their homework, and it was just so fresh. I remember it was just so frustrating, and the lack of patience that we had. And that's a big one for me.
You know, and man.
And you don't realize, like, they're just babies. Like, let's say you're learning.
Let's say you're walking home, right? And there's right next to your house. It's kind of late, right? And you're just walking around. And maybe you've seen a couple stray dogs around or something. And while you're getting to your house, there's a bush. And you can hear like little meowing coming from a bush. Mm-hmm. And there was just stray dogs around somewhere. And you can hear them, little cats crying in a bush. And you find them and you pick them up and you take them in the house. And they're just tiny kittens. How do you treat them? How would you treat a baby kitten? Would you treat it as a baby kitten? Probably. Probably get a bottle. Mm-hmm. Probably pet it. Probably try to cover it up. Mm-hmm. Our kids are literally babies. Literally. Fucking literally. Yeah. And sometimes we forget, man, and we put so much on them. Mm-hmm. And like really remembering what is important at the end of the day. They'll learn how to ride a bike. It's not that fucking serious. They'll learn the adding, the subtracting. It's not worth fucking traumatizing them and yelling at them and making them feel fucking stupid, because there's going to be that moment in time that it's going to fucking register for them.
Yeah.
I am fucking stupid. You didn't fucking say those words, maybe, or maybe you did.
But they felt that
way. They fucking felt it right then and there.
Right.
And I remember it for me. Like, I remember it clear as day. Learning how to read Spanish. And I was fucking done. I told Joey about that earlier this week. I think I apologized to him about it again. You know, when we were talking about his grades. I was like, if you've ever, like, thought about when you felt dumb, like, try to think back to the moment where fuck, I'm stupid. Like, I can't even do this shit or whatever that was.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it was like reading Spanish. The M and the A makes ma. M and the A makes ma. 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 And then my dad's like, what's the P and the A? Poo? What the fuck? You know? And I was like, I'm fucking done. I don't want to do this. That was it. Who gives a fuck about the M and the A and the P? The F you. How about that? It's not that fucking serious. We can come back to it later.
Right. But there's the innocence in it, right? As a father.
But remembering like if you think about the kittens, like what would you do?
Exactly.
Like, and when you look at a baby that's crying, there's so much shit that's just fucking backwards once you're aware.
Right.
Put the baby in the other room so he can fucking get used to being by himself. Are you fucking crazy? Like, I mean, crate training dogs, I guess, but like, how would it? I just think about nature. How would it be in nature? What do animals want? Which is essentially what we are. They want comfort. They want love. They want security. They want protection. Mm-hmm. Put him in the other room, fucking a month old. It'll make his lungs stronger. That's what they used to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Allowing them to cry. I remember. Mm-hmm.
Why not treat them as they are? I mean, maybe not fragile because they're stronger than you might, believe. But yes, nurture them. Mm-hmm. But just look at the situation.
Right. But when life is coming at you,
right,
and you're exhausted and you had a full day of work and now you have to sit and try to explain.
Dude,
you're not a teacher.
And you've been taught this is what life is.
Right? And you know no better.
Yep.
And so I'm sharing this because
keep going.
You also have, as parents, we also have to forgive ourselves for the thing. Right?
Yeah, right. For yelling at them.
And see the innocence within yourself.
Right.
And now you know. So now take responsibility, which we have.
Right. That's why like those moments still suck and they still hurt my feelings, but that's part of it is what it is.
Right. But it's also seeing you
yeah,
as a father during that time and everything that you were going through as well, and understanding where it came from and loving yourself and forgiving yourself through it. Because if you have forgiven yourself and you loved yourself through it, then you wouldn't feel bad when you think about the situation.
Well,
you would see it and then
there's no way to change the situation.
There's not. But this is what I do for a living.
No, yeah.
But if you truly forgive yourself and you love yourself through it, you won't feel that the pain like that. The memory it won't be painful for you. There will be an understanding behind it, and there will be you'll be neutral.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll do some work on you.
It is what it is. I think that's just it is what it is. Because there's other things that are like that too. That I was just like, damn. But it's okay.
Yeah.
What's up, yo?
It is okay.
But at this time, it's time for us to go pack it up. Head to the trees and the breeze and the fishies.
Yes.
And the hammock. We're going to go do our thing.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
And we'll tell you guys about it next time.
Yes.
And with that, make sure you guys go to our website, oppositesattractpodcast.com. Like we were saying before, best thing you can do is share this with somebody else. Find one of the clips on the Clips channel on YouTube and send it to somebody. Tell them to subscribe. Be like, hey, check out this podcast. Check out the fighting podcast that we just did. I did the last episode at Revive Jiu-Jitsu at our new location at the grand opening. And we talked to our coach, George, about, how he got started. Dude, he started his gym in his garage. And I was going back through the pictures. If you guys look at the thumbnail, dude, it's awesome. Like seeing people training in his garage and then like seeing his new gym.
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
And
I was talking to Eric. Eric was one of them who would go visit him.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Garage.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, that's so cool.
So yeah, definitely make sure you guys go Fight Life Pod, Fighting for Your Life podcast. Go look for it. Amazon, Facebook, all the audio places. But yeah, thank you guys for listening.
Thank you guys for your love. Thank you for your support. And thank you for watching Opposites Attract podcast.
Where we get better
together.
Bye.